Okay, last part. Alright, so there's Turner Broadcasting, there's Viacom, there's Comcast. Each of those has their sort of young people orientated programming, and I'm looking around and I'm kind of curious, why doesn't G4, I mean, you can keep the gadget internet technology side of things, drop the male part, try appealing to women, because real quick, simple search, and I turn up all this interesting information. So, like, for one, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, women filled 26.7% of computer mathematical positions in 2006. Um, if G4 TV started displaying a more positive image of women, that could help, and G4 TV could be cited as part of the mechanism of change. Which, guess what? If newspapers and cable television news shows and other sort of topical programming says, yeah, G4 TV is promoting this idea of women being in the workforce for technology positions. Guess what? A lot more people start watching G4 TV. So let's see. And something else is that the Pew Internet. They had an article, How Women and Men Use the Internet. Women are catching up to men in most measures of online life. Men like the Internet for the experience it offers, while women like it for the human connections it promotes. Which, since a lot of what's discussed on Attack of the Show is social networking, that is right there. You can hear some other evidence. Let's see, a Tech News World article. Female shoppers are flexing a lot more monetary muscle on the internet these days. E-commerce experts are reporting that this demographic was a major factor in the 2004 online holiday shopping season that soared to a 25% year-over-year increase to a total $23 billion in revenue. 68% of men are internet users compared to 66% of women. Because they make up more of the population, the total number of women online is now slightly larger than the number of men. And then interesting statistic about women under 30 and black women outpace their male peers. 60% of black women are online compared with 50% of black men. So 86% of women aged 18 to 29 are online. 86% of women aged 18 to 29 are online, compared with 80% of men that age. 34% of men aged 65 and older are online, compared with 21% of women that age. Since G4 TV has this online aspect, and it's very apparent that a lot more women are online than men, why shut out that huge demographic of potential consumers? Let's see. Article on ShinyShiny.com. 3 out of 4 women, this is based out of England, 3 out of 4 women who own a mobile phone do not know how to use all of its features. And it is the same with other modern devices and gizmos, from digital cameras to MP3 music players, according to the study. While male customers want high-tech specs and other mind-numbing details, women prefer to know what a gadget actually does and why is it useful. Younger generations are living with gadgets, computers and mobile phones, as a daily commodity rather than a novelty. The Gadget Show, BBC, when it was first commissioned, we were asked to make a program aimed squarely at 16 to 34-year-old men. The number of women buying gadgets has gone up 20% in the last 2 years, and in the last 12 months, British women spent an average of £634 each on technology. The Motorola V3, in the run-up to Christmas 2005, car phone warehouse sold 12,500 of the black and silver handsets, but they sold 40,000 pink ones. So 3 times more pink cell phones sold than the black and silver ones. More female consumers are out there. 15% of women frequently use their phones to photograph the sides and backs of their hair. Let's see, what else? In a Wired.com article, a sample of 200 women, those who played video games on average had sex 4 to 3 times a week, while those who didn't play games only had sex just 3 to 2 times a week. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to drop all the sexual innuendo. You just really tone it down, make it less sexist. So, I don't know. Get some female gamers involved. In G4 TV. Or have more of a female audience. So, us male, audience. But anyways, Christian Science Monitor article. Women age 40 and older, when they go online, spend a longer time playing games than men or teenagers do. Cyber games are replacing TV, books, films, or exercise for 44% of these women, according to a recent survey by AOL Games Digital Marketing Services. Industry pundits cite the growing number of women in games as evidence that the industry itself is coming of age. 10 years ago, the core gaming market was teenage boys, says Douglas Lowenstein, president of the Entertainment Software Association. Today, he says, the average age of gamers is 29. The core demographic is 18 to 35, and a third of game players are women. That's a 2004 article. Many of these are women who have never played the violent, complex, time-consuming, and expensive games that evolved primarily for the 3 major consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. But they understand computers and traditional games. So, contrary to early stereotype of the typical video gamer as an antisocial loner, many of the groups that have been playing online for a year or more often make plans to get together offline, visiting vacation hotspots such as Las Vegas and taking Caribbean cruises. So that's something to consider. A BBC News article, women in the UK make up just over a quarter of the total number of gamers. This compares to 39% in the US and 69% in South Korea. So, the typical female gamer in the UK is 30 to 35 years old, plays around 7 hours a week, and spends 170 pounds a year on games. Games that appeal to both sexes. Among the ones singled out were Legend of Zelda, The Sims, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. And that's because of depth of storyline and character. A CNN article, 38% of gamers are female, spending an average of 7.4 hours a week playing Sony Online Entertainment. Sony Online Entertainment created GIRL, G-I-R-L, Gamers in Real Life, a scholarship program to attract more young women to careers in game development. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the N has, let's see, how many users online again? 4 million registered users. And I think that if G4 TV said, okay, let's kind of change the demographic to a bit of a younger audience, make it men and women, and let's start promoting programs like this where, like, hey, here's a scholarship program that will help you get into college, or you start featuring programs like that, you're going to really just wrap up that whole teenage video game audience out there. Not to mention just the people who really want to go to college, men and women. So that's a really strong way just to attract, an audience. It's like, hey guys, you watch our program long enough, you'll get money, you'll get into college. But this girl scholarship, so being enrolled in an art institute school, and it's to get women into game development programs. So you get a $10,000 scholarship towards their tuition, a paid internship at one of Sony Entertainment or Sony Online Entertainment's development studios. Studios and sales data have shown that women are more likely to play handheld casual games such as Nintendo DS, along with social-oriented games like The Sims, where the women make up 55% of the players.